GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. Action, Dabatola, Toki in the zone. Breaking down the latest, straight to your phone. From Web 2 shifts to Web the waves. News, deep dives, hot takes for days. Tech's evolving, the world's in spin. Markets move, let's lock it in. Gen Z's here, no time to snooze. Tune in now, get the news. GM. Wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show.
GM everyone, and welcome back to another stream. And wow, it's been just 24 hours since we were last with everyone, and so much has happened. Markets have dropped, and there is chaos in the world here, and we're going to touch upon all that, some stuff that's in the mix today, and
but only in
a little
most
bit about
tokens.
the Fed. And
there's some good stuff too. There's some good stuff coming. But yeah, go ahead. The Fed. What's going on with the Fed? Is there things happening there too?
There's stuff in the Fed as well, and we're gonna touch upon that. But yeah, it's a busy middle of the week to say the least, and we already see Bitcoin
it's only
down
Tuesday,
about 104, and yeah, this is crazy. But Toki, Action, thank you again. We do these streams every morning. How are you guys doing this morning? What do you feel? How's it feel getting up and knowing everything that's happened in the last day? Where's your heads at?
I had stuff drop 20% overnight, which was fantastic. Gotta love that. But there is one little guy out there holding out, doing pretty
Bitcoin?
well. And we talked about it, and I'm gonna keep talking about it because it's my saving grace.
It's your safety net. Is that
USDT?
As of right now,
it's a stable coin.
It's Circle.
Well,
I'm sorry. Hey, I mean, if you got into that Circle IPO, it's probably still doing pretty good.
Circle right now is at 149. All right, so it's down 1% or a little over percent. And look, that's strong. I mean, if any of us would have gotten Circle on the launch there, we'd be up 2.5x, I guess, roughly, right? Yeah, something like that. So crazy to see, and we're going to see a lot more companies, especially as they get into Bitcoin and our space to be part of that, to be part of this IPO trend. I think as people come in, the companies are going to start growing, and then you're going to see them become just like we see with regular stuff. Like businesses grow, and then there's an IPO. So I think we're going to have a lot more publicly traded crypto related companies coming up. But as we've been saying, there's a good 60+% of businesses, corporations that are looking to Web3 and how they could get involved. So we're going to see a big shift coming up. But I mean, look, I think what we really need to touch upon is what's just going on that's crazy in the world, is that's affecting, I think, Bitcoin dropping a bit, is the conflict that had come up. And the Action is muted. Action, come back.
I'm here. I'm just in a meeting while I stream. You know how I do this.
Doubling up. All right. Well, then we will just remove you from screen. Probably
click him down real quick. It's fine.
Be like,
What do you
"Peace."
mean? I'm fine. I'm over here. Here's what's going on in my little world. Everything sucks. Prices are down. People are angry. People are doing things to each other they shouldn't be doing. I just wish we could get to the end goal. Hey, this is what the final outcome is going to be. So let's just not fight and get there first. You know, just move on there. That ain't gonna happen because people are dumb.
Yeah.
So we gotta deal with all the repercussions until then. And my bags are feeling it so stinking hard right now. With one tiny little exception. Let me see if I can pull it
Solana.
up.
No.
I'm gonna keep guessing.
You keep guessing wrong, bro.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like this is
Well-
the only. Yeah, I'll do a screen share. Sorry, I
Think
was
about it
looking
this
for my
way.
screen
I'm
share
hitting all
button.
the keywords we need to hit throughout the whole entire stream. So if I just say like random ones throughout, it'll probably help, right?
No, definitely not.
No?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
don't think so.
Worth a shot.
All right.
Did we even say the
So-
title yet?
What do you mean? Dude,
Hmm?
Scott's been on it. He knows exactly what he's doing here. Come on now. He's got
What,
this down. No, making sure that he's sharing, like you're saying, the title and all the keywords in the beginning. But this is still my saving grace. Like the fact that this thing is down very little in comparison to everything else.
We talked about this.
Yeah, like from yesterday to today, this is what happened. Like we were at this, the 6s, and we went up to the 7.5 and back to 6. But like this is stable, the most stable thing out there right now in comparison to everything else.
I think I brought that up, saying it was, not financial advice, but great entry point because we've been involved early on. Full disclosure, back before you could just go and buy tokens now, and you have an amazing entry price. Just about everyone who got in early, and they're doing big things, and we've seen them out in Vegas, and they're all over the place. So you're right. This is. I'm glad to be holding this. And I really think that this is going to end up doing well. So I don't know, just the entry point because of what's happening in the greater market, pulling it down a bit. It makes it a good time to get in. So,
dude, it's pulling it down just a little bit in comparison to how everything else is just dumping. This is phenomenal.
And look at, here we go from the comments here. Fiend thinks BTC is holding good, and I'm gonna agree. Considering we're just at 104, coming down from 108, we're down like 2% or so, I believe. I do think that it's holding very well considered the renewed kind of airstrike attacks and things going on between Iran and Israel, and then the hawkish kind of sentiment towards the Fed, and everyone's hoping for a rate cut. And who knows what happens if the opposite happens?
True.
I think we're going to hold, and we can get into that a little bit more. But I think you're right, holding very well for all of that. And just a couple years ago, any of that announcement would have had a much bigger candle on Bitcoin.
So I don't think it's holding good.
It's holding great.
It's holding well because Superman does good.
What'd you say is doing? Is good.
It's doing well. It's not doing because Superman is the only one that does good. It's doing well. That's a Tracy Morgan reference. I don't think anybody's gonna get it. Anyway, I still am hurting over here with this 20 out of 100 on the altcoin index. This thing is not moving. It's going down, not up. It sucks. But
somehow the fear and greed index is actually also going down at the same time as the altcoins.
And here's one that we keep getting pushed towards.
I was going to say, Hype made all-time high yesterday.
Did it?
Well, pull back and let's see.
Oh, it sure did.
Wow. All right. Nice. Right there, right?
Yeah, 45.
Good deal.
It's a lot.
So
of
anybody
volume,
holding that is killing it then.
Yeah, they're doing okay. They're doing all right. No, they've been doing all right for a while now. So what's been crazy to see is just the volume that's been picking up on here, which is kind of wild. What did I say? James one file closes 1.2 billion. Wow.
That was that one from a couple weeks ago, and I think there's another trade that he's doing.
Crazy.
To
wait. They said 2, so is there a second one?
There might be a new one that's been opened up more recently. You'd have to check.
Oh no, it's the other
Twitter
one
and
is that Hype got listed on Binance Futures.
Oh, okay.
You want to know how to mess up a token? Listed on futures.
Oh.
Especially on Mexi.
Or Mexi.
Well, Mexi futures is what I'm talking about. That's what messed it up big time.
Oh man. No,
Yeah,
I think
rough.
you're yeah, that does kind of wreck things. But it is what it is, right?
And it's gonna be.
All right, so we're seeing Bitcoin come down. You think it's holding well. I think it's holding good. Still over 100K. That's awesome.
Well, holding well.
Holding well.
So holding all right.
So what do you think is going to come up with the Fed here? Now, we know over the last couple weeks, month or so, Trump, we know, has been kind of pushing towards wanting cuts, putting pressure down, rumors about, oh, is he going to try to fire him, this or that?
He said he was going to fire him this last time, didn't he?
I don't think he actually said he was.
I need to look up what he
said. You might have to go through all of his tweets, but I think, I don't know. I just, it's a crazy situation to see that aired out in the public. And look, I don't think the Fed actually is being bullied around. I'm pretty sure that they're trying to just do what makes sense without outside pressure, and we'll really see, and we'll see the explanation when that comes. I actually think we're going to hold. I don't think anything's going to change. I don't know. You guys think we're going to get this cut and everyone be surprised, or do you think we're going to end up with the opposite and get a rate hike? I mean, there was a slight tick up in inflation.
So based on all that I can read right now, headlines across the board say 5 days ago, Trump says he won't fire Fed's Powell, but, quoted, may have to force something on rates. So as far as what that actually means, we probably have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, how do you
see? I like quotes. You guys need to have quotes. That's what, like,
I literally just read a quote.
Did he freeze? You froze there for a second, Scott. You're just like, no. The quote that I think you guys are missing is, we're going to spend $600 billion a year. $600 billion, okay? Because of one numbskull that sits there. That's literally what he said about Jerome Powell. He called him a numbskull. Like, I don't think you can get funnier than that.
If rates just hold, then what do you see? We just continue kind of in this like 104, 108 range, or 100, 110 range, sort of just throughout the summer, possibly, or I'll just say,
we're gonna
chop it up sideways until the next piece of news either pulls us one way or the other, kind of.
We're gonna get pulled down again.
So what do you see taking us down? Do you think the Fed stuff is gonna, give us a little kick, even if we're at a hold?
Right now, I don't think that the Fed is actually going to do anything remotely to help Trump. It doesn't seem like it's in their prerogative. It doesn't seem like it's what they want to do. Even right now, there's articles also stating that how Trump's pressure on the Fed may be backfiring. So I'm not sure that there's going to be really good pressure from there. As we continue to see things escalate in the Middle East, I don't think that's going to be good for summer markets, because based on how things are going, it's going to draw in more countries. And as soon as more countries get involved in this, like, there's
it went from one side of that, we're not getting involved, and then like 12 hours later, like, well, it's possible, right?
Yeah.
And then there's reports, and we don't know how true this is, because it's coming from Twitter and different things, that news sources or television sources over there reporting that we've even already been brought in to a certain degree. I
mean,
so,
I trust Twitter more than I trust the news at this point.
Well, I don't know how much I trust Twitter also pulling from the news.
Oh yeah, that's the worst, I think.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, maybe it's like a screenshot of a news channel and then like a quote or something. Like, it's hard to tell, because a lot of this stuff is filtered down depending on where you are, but based off of what we see, it's just not a good situation. And if this continues on, or escalates at all, you're right, it's just going to make the summer markets kind of kind of shit. And the thing is like, look at Ukraine, for example. That took a pretty big hit, but then after like, I'll say a couple weeks, maybe until like
very long.
Yeah, I was like, maybe after a couple weeks, I hate saying this, but most of the world kind of forgot about it until I think they started messing around near the nuclear site, Chernobyl. Then there was some talks about worrying, and then it kind of went away.
And then the U.S. blew up a pipeline.
But I'm just, but the thing is that
No, we didn't.
The thing
admit
is
to that.
Is that within a week or two of some of these big things, it sort of falls aside, and it seems like the world kind of gets back on track. I'm just wondering, will this be similar, that in the next few weeks, like maybe there's some continued conflict going back and forth and it just sort of in the background, or if this really is going to escalate and put a hurt on markets. I mean, on the flip side of things, right? Let's see how did oil get affected here? How much was that up? I want to say they went up at least probably like 10% amongst all this conflict, and even with the inflation pressure.
I mean, we're up about 13% over the last 5 days.
So even
or so.
more. Yeah.
So people are stupid and they easily forget stuff. So it's all about news cycles, and the next thing that's going to be coming up, this is going to be like a, stuff is going on over there. People are going boom, boom towards each other, but it's not going to be front and center in people's minds because people are selfish. They don't care about anything unless it actually impacts them. So as soon as prices level out and the economy isn't being affected as much, they're just not going to care. And Lindsey Graham's just going to keep making money hand over fist from the stocks that he bought. That's it.
That's so rough. It's true. It's rough. Until he's out of office.
The market manipulation is absurd. The thing is that you have conflicts, you have these things going on, and there is just people who are privileged to the information and who can make comments, whether it's on Twitter, on the news, or whatever, that could really move things in the direction that they want and capitalize off of it. And it's just
whoa,
crazy.
Crypto is where all of this bad stuff happens, not in the traditional, TradFi world.
We know
what are you talking about?
We know fiat is where the most of it is conducted. And the crypto excuse was pretty much a cop-out until our space got too strong, and it's just undeniable that the technology and everything is the future. So kind of forced upon it, and now we're here, and people are kind of getting on board.
We're here.
Well, now we're here, and now we deal with a whole bunch of other issues with manipulation from large scale institutions, political figures in crypto. I believe a lot of people who were against it years ago have figured out that there's ways that they could make generational wealth, like,
overnight.
Overnight, and have used their power and their leverage to do such, and will continue to. Now, for all of us who are quote unquote in early or have our little piece of the pie, it should go up and we should do well. But it also sucks from being here grinding for a decade to watch people who totally shit all over it turn around, manage to put out a couple tweets or get on the news and say something, and then, make millions upon millions of dollars. But it wouldn't be the first sector that this happens. This happens, everywhere. Except this time there's a small section. No, this time there's just a small section of
made $600 million.
More than that, it was $1 billion. Over $1 billion. Yeah, it was over $1 billion. But
it's 600 income. I mean, I think he generated more than that, but like as far as income that he pulled out at least some of retail
has a little bit of a taste of this, like things are going to do well. Now, part of that retail probably took a little bit too much from the altcoin plate and brought it over there, made it their main dish, and now is in a little bit of a scared position. And I don't blame them. I feel that there's some fear of what could possibly happen. While Bitcoin looks strong, everyone was hoping that every move Bitcoin makes up would pull those alts way up with it. And we have Bitcoin well over, this cycle's all-time high, and still just under, fairly under, a couple points under what its current all-time high is. And alts are just trying to get out of the gutter.
It's okay. If you don't want to hold Bitcoin, just bring the money back to USD1 and we're going to be all right.
No.
That's
What
the
was
hope
that?
there.
That USDC is the only thing pamping today. Oh man.
There are worse positions you
You
could
know what's
hold.
gonna happen by the end of this cycle? Yeah, you know what's gonna happen by the end of this cycle? We're gonna see a whole bunch of these projects just like kind of fall off and disappear, and all of a sudden we're gonna have like 10,000 stable coins just pop up. We'll have a stable coin cycle.
Do you know what's gonna be really
Watch.
crazy?
It's actually
It's gonna be
there's a
that
lot.
one day where Tether just suddenly hits
Ooh.
$2, and we're all gonna look around at each other and be like, "Man, what just happened?" Because the
Like,
world
this
would be
is
screwed.
wild.
Yo, if that happened, I would just dump it.
So this thing is already sitting at number 39.
Of course it is.
Yeah. I mean,
That's insane.
well,
Don't
they
worry.
announced, I believe they announced a treasury with a ton of money going into it.
$2 billion.
Look, the power of
It's like, thanks, Abu Dhabi. That's where the money came from, by the way. The 2 billion.
I don't think all of that is from there.
Okay, only 1.9.
I would say at least half, but there's a lot of
1 billion. No biggie.
well, it's not considering that you got to consider Abu Dhabi is getting positioned to be like the Web3 and kind of crypto capital of the world. I mean, CZ was saying it, lots of stuff. Lots of people are doing that. And it's positioned right next to Dubai, which everybody already knows is big on crypto and people doing business out of Dubai. So
I was right. I found it.
what's that?
Boom.
There you go. No, he's right.
2 billion investment
It's a chunk of change, dude. It's a pretty hefty chunk of change.
in Binance. Look at it. We got this. Does anybody use PayPal stablecoin? I did once.
Did you?
At you'll love this story at Solana at Breakpoint in Singapore.
Wait. Like, is this story time?
Not really. It's a
Oh,
short
come on.
story. and-
Make it story time.
Why, you gonna play some music? You muted yourself though in the process action.
No. I just had to turn it down a little bit.
No, so they had a booth set up there at the conference, and there was 2 lines, and it was one, I guess you could buy merch or buy something, I believe, and the other one was pretty much if you got $1 of their stablecoin, did a transaction from them, that they would give you a hat or let you take the keychain or something like that. So I just went into a burner Phantom wallet and was just like, here. And they scanned and they gave me $1 of their stablecoin, and I got some swag and I kept it moving. I still have that dollar. That's it. They just gave me a free $1. Everyone was getting a free $1 if you went to the booth.
So you didn't use it?
No,
Ooh,
I didn't use it. I
have
received it.
money.
So I did a transaction with it, but that's about the extent. I'm curious if anybody does. I haven't heard anything. I mean, I'll be honest. I was shocked that there was even a booth.
I have over $1,000 in my PayPal account. I was just looking at it, and none of it is in PayPal stablecoin.
So, yeah, I just don't know anything that I haven't seen outside of that booth. I haven't heard anything else about it. Yeah, so to I guess to answer your question, Fiend, I don't think anyone uses PayPal stablecoin. Nobody has ever asked me to send them that, asked for it. The only one who sent me, like I said, was the booth at Breakpoint. So maybe in December when they do Breakpoint again, they'll be there. And if they are, I'm sure I'll remember, because there's not much to remember or forget about them. I'll remember and I will ask. I will ask them, how many people what's your volume? How much transactions are going down? And see what they actually say. I'm surprised they're not pushing it though with how big PayPal is. Lots of other, of these Web 2, Web 3 coming on. It was a huge thing on X.
Are you on PayPal, Toki?
I have a
not on my
PayPal.
X feed. My X feed's full of GMs and charts, pretty much right now.
It's saying I can get like $200 back. I mean $20 back if you use my referral code. That's why I was asking. it just popped up here while I logged in. It's like, hey, you want to use my code?
Use your.
Dude, I've been on PayPal for 20 years.
For a long time, yeah.
20 years. At least.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm old.
You're old. I should look when my account was open. I'm so old that my account was open before PayPal was a company. Like, they just decided to start a company, and they said, "Here, we're going to grandfather your normal account in." Toki's confused. He has no idea what's going on. That this is just a ridiculous, absurd joke that makes no sense. It's all right,
It does
Toki.
make a lot of sense. It's okay.
It's all right.
Hey, all I heard was you got grandfathered into something else because you're so old. So
I'm almost. You're. No, never mind. Shouldn't you be like out helping your local Amish people fix like wooden wheels on carriages right now? Come on. Go spread the word of crypto to your fellow Amish. You guys could stroke each other's beards, right? Isn't that what Amish people do? Don't they have beards?
you are not allowed to touch an Amish person's beard.
No? Is that like
That's
why?
that's like
I don't want to keep going with this.
No, their
please
beards-
do.
they're-
Here's the good thing.
This is
They're
where all
not
the
gonna
shorts come
after,
from.
No, they're not going to come after you.
because they're never gonna watch this.
They're never going to catch me.
They'll never know.
Well, maybe those horses could get fast. I just don't know how well those wheels will hold up at speed.
You'd be surprised.
If they're sober.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, they got like
That's a big
Amish moonshine. Is that what goes down?
No, there's just like I think it was like a week and a half ago. There was another drunk driving incident where an Amish person was drunk driving their buggy.
Can you imagine this is the stuff you wake up to in your local town? Like you like get up and you're like, oh, let me go get the mail. And your neighbor's like, could you believe it? So-and-so crashed their buggy drunk. And it's like the big talk of the town and stuff. Like, and you're over here going like, yeah. Like I got to go back in and, trade some Bitcoin. No, like what a wild opposite side of things. The horses have to be sober too. So that's the thing. If you crash a buggy, do they breathalyze the horse? You, both of you, both horses, like everyone involved?
How do they know who was driving? Is what I want to know.
Well, technically,
Could you like pass the reins? Is that like?
I guess you're steering and the horses are driving. Like it's like they're the pedal on the car and you're just like the steering apparatus.
No, so I was telling Action the other day. I mean,
Do they put the horses in jail?
There is a stable that they do take the horses to though. So I guess they do have a horse jail.
Horse just. You know what? I'm gonna have to
The
now
horse
go
impound is what you're talking
wait.
about, not jail.
No,
Horse
it's-
impound.
That's it. I'm
So
gonna
wild.
go to Big Red and I'm gonna ask Big Red if they know about this sector of horses. Is there a place where you get like cheap horses to race that are like pre-owned by Amish? Like is there like they're horses, and they're on the East Coast. There might be some underground horse trading ring. Hey, we need some fast horses. We need some more horses at a good price.
Yeah, but you're not getting fast horses out of the Amish. You're getting work horses out of the Amish. Those things
Well, they
are.
can work at being fast. I mean, practice makes perfect, right? Think about how fast they'll be without a cart. Without that heavy cart, they get a light cart. Anyways, I'm going to take that back to Big Red. We're going to steer way
It's like
down
animal
the-
science degree level of understanding horses, and then there's horses are horses understanding of horses.
I can't understand anything about horses. They don't speak English, so I don't understand anything. Anyways,
Fair enough.
So, oh man, I can't just help to see, like, every time I move my head, the red on the screen from Bitcoin, and we all know now if it gets to my ear, it's not good. We don't like that. It's about to, I think it's about to, what's it called? It's about to break out to the other side, which will put us closer to like 102, and we don't want to see that at all. Oh man, that's the hardest thing I think about being in crypto day to day is when when you have this like up and down kind of choppiness and it all starts to blend together, you kind of get numb to it. And I don't even know if it's necessarily a good thing being numb to how the market is. I mean, it is as far as not wanting to, have fear and unload your bags, but like we've been patiently waiting for big movement up. And while we've had it with Bitcoin,
I haven't been patient about this at all, but keep going.
Oh, I mean, more like impatiently. Well, I've kind of been patient, but angry at the same time, right?
Right. Especially because we're no longer at where is this? Right here. We are now sitting at.
We just got your
your bank info.
Yeah.
No, that's just the I was gonna show my crypto.com card because it links with PayPal now.
Oh.
But we're back at 20. We were just at 19 a second ago.
It says 19.
It does? Oh, it hasn't refreshed. Yeah. But yeah, we're going down.
Timber.
I mean,
worse. But yeah, impatiently
well, the
waiting.
sentiment amongst everyone from this cycle, like whether you're impatiently waiting, angry about all this, I think the same thing is that, look, you have a Bitcoin at 104,000 while that's going up and we're all happy about that. Nothing else has moved. So
do you know what they say about ETH gas?
What's that?
That's Gway.
What? God.
I had to. I had to.
Well, now what? I still got that music playing.
Yeah, this is lo-fi. It's lo-fi in the background.
Yeah, I know. What station you playing?
Well, if you look at the background under media assets, you can play with it as well.
Okay.
We got plenty of options here. If you want to kick it up, we can do a little daydreaming when that loads. This is not as fun. We got night driving.
Sorry, I'm just typing.
I know you are. I see the messages coming through. I'm buying time for you because I am gonna have to go in a second.
That's right. You are, and then we can bring Toki back up here, right?
I can.
Which I don't know which is on what side.
That looks like it. I'm pretty sure that's how.
Yeah. All right. Oh man. So you know what? You guys are just not. I need some energy. Like,
dude, I'm having
gotta get this market up, right? Like here,
all right,
we got
guys,
going.
I'm so excited. Let me tell you what's going on. we got to do that. Where is that? That 3 up. There you go. 3 up. Let me tell you what's going to happen in about 25 minutes. I'm going to go live with Hedera. That is why I'm going to have to dip out early today. So is that exciting?
That's also why we have a hard stop at the top of the hour, so that we can ensure that Hedera gets the best show possible out of that guy. Is it that way?
There you go.
Yeah, that guy.
So outside of depressing global news, markets down, the usual kind of bummer of a day, I will say some cool things happened.
I got reached out by a deep in company asking, hey, can we give you money? What can you do for us? That happened this morning.
Well, I didn't have anything as lucky as that, but I did have I did get all set up and activated finally with my UltimoPay Card here.
Oh, let's go. Where's that banner? Where's that banner?
Yeah, put it up. So
can you show me the backside real quick?
Of course.
Don't do
that. Let me flip this over for you.
No, you should show them. Like, cover the number, but show them the back. I think the back is worthwhile sharing.
If you actually are able to block out that portion.
I don't know. I'm not doing it right. Anyways, it says Dabatola on it. Oh man, you're pushing your link when you should.
That's the only link that's loaded here. Do you have one?
Mine's in the YouTube description. So if you're on YouTube.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So, anyways, I'm stoked to get that. I got the card a few days ago, set the activation. It was over the weekend. It went through right away, and then had moved some USDT that I had over to it. It cleared by the next morning, and actually after this, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go to the ATM and use the machine, and I'm gonna pull out that cash and test the whole A to Z there. Like
You gonna go get
Actions
some
had
pizza?
no, I
Dude,
should.
Scott is the man. His pulling out game is phenomenal.
Look at him. No kids yet that he knows of or
Nope.
remembers.
Talking about money. What?
What?
But Action's been using the card for a while.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've been loving the Ultima card. I finally got in. I was dragging my feet, so I got it. I decided with the yellow one as opposed to they have a black one that's like a silent swap edition. But got this OG one, and now I'm going to fully test it. But I'm probably going to record like a quick 3-4 minute video with a little overview on it for anybody who wants some more info, and I'll post it on YouTube. But yeah,
And
stoked
then
to have
the
that.
link is going to be this one for that video, right?
Yeah, something not like that. So yeah, I mean, anything that goes to his referral link after the 17th or including the 17th will just go to me. I'll make sure to let him know.
I'll just forward the money to you. It's okay.
There we go. No, but no, stoked on that. So that was kind of, you know, these little things happen when the market to me is boring, and then we have this news and the drop, and it's just kind of a little chaotic at times too. It's some of these smaller things and projects with good people that keep me going. So it's like, all right, cool. We're in Vegas. I finally decide, hey, I'm going to pull the trigger on this and get this card. Went through the process real quick, easy, got it. And, you know, now I'm part of the community there, have very easy access to funds quickly, and a great off-ramp solution, offshore off-ramp solution. And yeah, no, it's stuff like this. Like I said, it just sort of helps me pass the time. Like, all right, cool. You know, and I further and further my lifestyle adapts to crypto. You know what I mean? So this is just another step in that direction, in changing the way I've traditionally have done banking and my finances. There's also a couple other services I know that do even no KYC billing, that you could use your crypto and then just pay the bills as you have the account numbers and everything. And even looking into some of those. So we'll share that amongst it, because, you know, there's only so much we could talk about on looking at this and saying, damn, Bitcoin's down today. And then, you know, we hope it pushes up, but really it's like, this is outside pressure affecting this. This is Iran, Israel, a lot of the global stuff. The Fed have honestly in the last year, have any of the Fed announcement meetings, anything really pushed a big Bitcoin candle in either direction?
Not recently. No, absolutely not.
It hasn't. Like maybe 2 years ago, or maybe a while ago, there was a little bit. People tried to trade it briefly on the news, but
On the news.
on the actual hard announcement, like when there's the meeting, and actually try to be like, oh my God, we're going to sell off now because it's being, you know, raised or whatever. And no, you'd see at most like 1,000 points, maybe back and forth, like within that 1,000 range. So although I think we're going to hold, and I don't think we're going to get any positive or negative news, just stay the course, I don't think market's going to react much. I mean, if it, you know,
it's not unless there's like some major cuts going on. Like it has to be major, like
major cut or a major hike. But I don't see justification for either. We had just a slight tick up in inflation. It doesn't justify a hike. I don't think. But they're not
going to hike.
Especially with I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't justify a hike, especially with all the pressure. I mean, look, if we're wrong and there's a hike, then I think this will be the first time in the last year or so that we'll see a significant move in markets because of that. Because you'll go into the summer with a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear, and it'll throw markets off. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think so. I think we just stay the course.
It doesn't sound like a cut's coming though.
No, it doesn't sound like a cut's coming either. I think it's just holding.
The Fed ain't doing jack right now. That's what's going on. They're just sitting tight, dude. They're just sitting tight. But I will say, I do enjoy these times because I feel like going to look at, you know, prices just is not a good idea. It gives me time to look at projects, to actually do research and figure out, okay, this is literally time to accumulate. What can I do? What can I look at? What can be profitable, both in the short and long term? Just because nobody is really excited about the market. So why focus on the markets? Let's focus on the tech itself and figure out what's actually being built, what works, what doesn't work, partnerships that make sense. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people know, like, I dropped off of YouTube a lot because I've been working on things on the side. It's way more profitable to deal with partnerships and things of that nature, as opposed to just focus on the markets when there's not much going on. And this is the same kind of aspect. Now is my time to do research. And I think is the time for me to help some people get involved in some of these different things, just because there are opportunities out there that people are not taking advantage of. And if we can point them in the right direction and say, hey, look into this, I think that's a win for everybody.
You know, and a lot of the way you get in touch with and figure out and hear about these projects is through community, through spaces, through, you know, showing up every day. And there is a lot of opportunity out there that I think
it's through Ryan. That's how we do it. It's through Ryan. DeFi Rye. He basically goes, hey, look at this. Go buy this. I'm like, yes, sir. Check out this project right away.
So somebody is saying, what should I DCA? You know, not financial advice here. I always have, you know, Bitcoin in my portfolio. You know, it's down. I don't know if it's a good time necessarily to DCA, considering of all the uncertainty and chaos out there. There could be, you know, especially with the Fed, we don't, you know, I would personally probably wait a little bit to just see how things go in the next couple days. But you know, depending on your altcoin bags and your conviction, I'm sure all alts have taken a step backwards in the last 24 hours.
That's the understatement of the day.
And that could be a good way. Now, if you're not on a DCA schedule where it's just every day, it's just automatically DCAing into something and you have it set up, then the other way is like looking back at a percentage. When things fall a certain percent, you're like, if this drops 5% or 10%, then I'll go in a little bit. So, but me, I'm becoming more of a Bitcoin maxi in times like this. And then as far as the altcoins and other projects that I'll invest in are really going to be because I know the team, I know the tech, and I believe in what they're building, and I'll be patient on some of those for them to, you know, develop, you know, and whatever bags I already have packed, I'm going to hope that they just do well as far as the altcoins, because I think a bunch of us went in kind of heavy on projects that were launching in the beginning of the bear, and some of them just never even made it out. But DCA is the favorite, my favorite type of way to invest. It's just dollar cost averaging. Don't try to play the market too much. Don't try to, you know, just.
That's boring.
Hey, slow and steady. I think at the end you'll be up. And look, and even if it's slow and steady, it's still beating out every other asset class that we have. Right? I mean, like.
I think that's the wild
it
part,
beats out investing in real estate, like almost anything you could everything you could think of right now. Now, I'm sure there's an argument on, well, certain altcoins aren't doing that, obviously not right now, but I'm just saying in general, if you DCA into Bitcoin in these, it grows faster.
What do you guys think of Monero? Based on the 1 hour and the 24-hour, it's the only one that is up in both categories.
People are money laundering right now.
Oh, makes sense.
Well, Action, we should kick you off stage now so you can get set up for the Hedera stream. Which is that going to be live on Genzio or going to be on?
Yes, that too. It's going to be everywhere.
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
To be a hard stop. At the top of the hour. Yeah.
We'll cut it probably a couple minutes earlier just because the way these systems have been, the way Twitter's been, like, you know, a couple things like
I'm actually being told on the backside right now that there is a problem with X and that not everyone can actually see this live stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, on and off for the last few weeks, I'd like load, there'd be no feed, or I'd do a post and it's like 12 people viewed it, you know, and it just happens to be like kind of like a whole segment of Twitter's out. It's like crypto Twitter is gone for a few hours, but no, yeah. So for anyone interested in that, it should be awesome. You can catch the Hedera stream immediately after this on Genzio's X and a whole bunch of other platforms. They'll be multi-streaming it through there. For everyone watching here, if you're on YouTube, smash the thumbs up, subscribe, drop a comment, let us know what you want to look at. And that goes for all the platforms. You know, we got people watching on Arena, on Twitch, on Kick, on Rumble, on X, YouTube. I mean, so we have it out there everywhere. And also in the description of YouTube or on the Linktree/Dabatola, there is a public Telegram channel if you want to get in there and chat with other people who are enthusiasts about crypto and investing and sharing info, everything from your degen trenches and the memes to Bitcoin. So there's people we chat all day long and good group of people. So feel free to jump in there. And yeah, you could find that on Twitter profile. And like I said, those links. But yeah, free public Telegram with all the homies. Action, why don't you get out of here? Or are you just going to stay there and be quiet as you set up?
I'm on both, dude. I'm already here.
Oh, all right. Well,
But yeah, bye.
Peace out, man.
Later. Well, all good in the hood, huh?
You know.
So what do you see as far as the rest of the day? Now, since I've been kind of up putting the stream together and also just kind of staring at this chart and seeing it kind of nothing but red continue to go down back over, over here.
Yeah.
Do you see this further go down? Do you think we catch around here and just start moving sideways? Do you think that there's going to be some other crazy
it's just not looking
news?
good. It's just not looking good. And as more bad news is coming out of the Middle East, I will expect there to be some kind of bounce up for a little bit in the next 24 hours, but I don't think it's going to maintain. I do think that we may actually be getting really close to that zone where we drop back into like that 97 to 100K range.
If there's some more big global news, like an escalation, then yeah, I could see this taking another leg down. I don't want that, but
no, we don't want that at all.
But
No.
being realistic, that
just
could
looks
very
like,
well happen.
based on the current just global scene, the market as a whole is not fun. Like it is not the best place to be if that's where you're trying to make money. especially as we're watching more news, especially because it is specifically Iran and Israel as well. I think looking at that as a focal point has been such a big deal for so long now, for what, the past 3 years or so, maybe more. Just
My entire lifetime.
actually, yes, there is that as well. Yeah. It's just hard to see that things are going to be calming down or really getting into a position where there's going to be like a navigatable way forward, let's say.
So with that and sentiment and markets coming down, you could never time, let's say, the bottom on this activity. We don't know what other news is going to come. We don't know how low things could go. We don't know if things will reverse or whatever. But I do feel that, like you said, the way things are going on in the world, the news, especially with these countries, the risk of the United States being, pulled in, it actually presents opportunities to buy. And that's the thing, is the dips are a great time to buy in. And when there's blood in the streets, God, I even feel bad using that expression considering what's going on at wartime. That's when people are making generational wealth. All these rich, wealthy investors and different things, when retail and us and everyone gets scared because of things happening like this, and they're quickly selling off to hold what money they think, because they think, oh, it's going to whatever. Other people are taking the cash that they keep on the side and are buying in. And I always recommend, and I wish I took my advice, to be honest, a little bit more, to keep, at least 10-20% cash on the side for these opportunities throughout. And then you take some profits along the way and you kind of replenish that and go in. I should personally have a little more cash on the side, and I will, deploy that if we see further drops in the market and where there's opportunities to maybe say DCA bag that I have that I want to get more in. And there's various things. Like, let me just take a quick look at the list on some of the things that I'm big at. Like SWE right now is at 282. We saw that up hit what 5 at some point, like during the last 6-8 months. So I think that's going to be a huge pickup. To be honest, I'm not the huge NFT collector, but I got an NFT the other day on Sui. I got a Doonies. I'm very into skateboard culture. Those guys are just killing it. So I picked up an NFT. I held very few NFTs, but I just think with how Sui's going to do, how strong that community is, I had to pick up one. So I got one. It's actually on my Twitter profile. If anyone's interested, you take a look at it. Dope community. And then, the other ones I have is like Doodlegenics, a few NFTs. But yeah, I mean, so Sui was a good one. I mean, ETH's under 2,500. I know that ETH will bounce back. There's a lot of, like Toki's been saying in streams, a lot of RWA that's going that direction. So I feel that it'll pop up. I just feel everyone's also kind of bullying on ETH. Besides the market, people kind of pick on Ethereum all the time. And, so this could present a good opportunity to add to that if you're convicted in ETH. I don't know, I'm trying to think of a couple others, like Action said Quai. I mean, that's a great entry point in my position. Proppy sitting at 95. Proppy. They had a recent exchange listing. Right now in the 24, it looks like on my chart, they're the only one that isn't down. They're just like holding right now. There's a lot of big news that are going to come out from them. So you need to be following them on X and join the Telegram and their Discord and be in the loop with that. Great play there. Real estate RWA play. And I think that everyone needs to check them out. But that I have on my list as one. Another one, Ondo. We know J-Chain's huge in Ondo. Big RWA move. Big. It's down like 7-8%. It's at 73. I think anything under $1 on that's going to be good. And always, this is not financial advice, but a couple of these I'm watching from afar. Like I'm living my Ondo dreams through J-Chains. J-Chains, we love you, brother. But anything in my mind under $1 with this is going to be great. So this is probably some of my cash will go a little bit into that. And I don't know if there's any others off the top of your head that you've been looking at, but I'm always looking at, other ones. Hedera is always good. Let me see if I have a price on here where they're at. They're at 14. So while they're still down, they're up significantly from right before the whole political boom in the winter, which was like around 6 cents. So still down enough. They were in the 20s. Yeah. So there's a lot of projects like this that I think are going to do well and that I like and that are going to be opportunities to buy and possibly even have more of an entry. Look at this candle on Bitcoin down to 103.5. So some of these I just mentioned, 5 minutes from now, they might be down another couple cents.
Well, now I'm also I'm going back through some of the ones that I had bought up recently, such as like Near Protocol.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's another one that was on my list. Ondo was on there as well. Sui. I am still doing a small DCA into Solana on a regular basis. I'm also doing a small DCA into Algorand as well. Quite frankly, I do think that Algorand will go back to where it was. So I'm pretty happy with that one, especially with all the news that's come out as far as like the government side. Algorand being in the US does actually make me feel pretty good about it. Let's see.
And full disclosure, I'm not really in the trenches this last few weeks with like meme coins. I did the one that I just kind of threw in and lost $10 overnight because I fell asleep, and it was just one of these ones with a couple buddies. But one of the ones I did see that was up a little bit, and I just happened to be wearing their shirt, is Chuck. Chuck to $1. I just love the Chuck community, and I hold some Chuck in it. I need to really be a little bit more active in the Telegram there. And these guys have been going strong. The market's been rough on everyone, but community holding tight, and just solid group of guys and gals in there. And yeah, I mean, another dope community and one of the dope meme coins that I actually hold. And I'm there for the community and for the long run. So we'll see some good things come out. And once this market gets picked up, it's depressing. It's nothing but hourly red candles here on my screen that you can see right behind me there, and we need that to stop. So hopefully we get some peace in the Middle East, and hopefully the Fed does something like cut rates and shock and surprise everyone, and we turn this around going into the summer. But as a realist and trying to be as just honest with my opinion as possible, I'm not sure if that's going to be the case. So I'm expecting us to stay within this range. Like Toki even said, maybe drop down below 100K in Bitcoin. But for those that DCA, look for your opportunities on your conviction plays. Please share those tokens that you guys love in the comments, in the chats where we're at, so that we could take a look at it, deep dive into it, and bring some info. Ask those questions in the chat here, and we'll do our best to get to you guys and pull you up. And we really want to help. We want to help each other out, all of us, and we want to see that we could do the best as possible in this cycle. And even though there's depressing days where the market is just not our friend right now, the friendly part is if you have that cash, you could take advantage of that dip. And then we're going to hopefully fast forward to the end of the year, and hopefully Bitcoin's at least a 2x, and hopefully everyone's alts are positive. But
hey, could be
other
a 5x,
than that, you just got to
never
stay
know.
the course. Yeah, they could be, you're right. They're 5, 10, 20x. But I hope everyone catches that candle, and Action loves turtles. I've seen that meme. It's a good one.
Well,
Toki, you got anything
If
to
Action's
say?
commenting, I think it's probably time to close up shop. I see they're already getting things gathered together as far as the others.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a hive.
You know you do not understand. Ladies and gentlemen,
We're back at the Genzio Media House.
Oswald, thanks so much for joining us today.